Welcome back to Made Simple. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about cars and specifically if cars are really a good investment for you. But before we begin, please subscribe, smash that like button. I would really appreciate that. Please and thank you. All right, so are cars a good investment? First, I think we need to really think about this in terms of assets and liabilities to kind of start off. So an asset is essentially anything that can be used to produce positive economic activity. So let's think of this in terms of your daily driver. So generally, that is considered an asset. But a car really isn't an asset. It's much more of a liability. So if you're looking to invest in a car, it's generally not going to make you more money. There are few circumstances where a car may appreciate or may not appreciate at all, and you can get what you put into it. But generally, any car that an average person is going to buy, let's say around the $20,000 range, it's going to be a lot more of a liability than an asset in many cases. Because generally when you buy a car, you're going to spend more to purchase it up front than you are when you sell it, right? You're going to make less money when you sell the car generally than when you purchase it. And again, there are a few circumstances, if I bought a $100,000 Corvette, like a C8 or something, that's probably, and I drive it 500 miles a year and keep it for 3 years, it's probably not really going to depreciate much, and I'm probably going to get about as much as I put into it out of it. Maybe I can sell it for a little bit more, or maybe if I buy a classic car, I can sell it more in like 10, 20 years. But generally, a car you're going to use for daily use is going to be much more of a liability. It's not going to be making you money. And here's more information to kind of back that up. So with the car, you're putting mileage on the car, and that helps speed up depreciation of your car. Generally within 5 years, your car will depreciate 50 to 60%. So if you buy a car for $20,000, it's going to go straight down to $10,000 just from depreciation, right? So let's talk about this. Let's put an example. Let's say we buy this car, like a Toyota Corolla or Camry or something, right? Honda Accord. Let's say we buy a car for $20,000. And then in 5 years, we're going to want to sell this car. So let's think about all these factors that go into play. Well, first you're going to have 50 to 60% depreciation. Let's just say 50% for this example. And then you need to consider things as, well, you're putting mileage on the car, you're putting gas, costs money, and gas prices are always fluctuating. So gas is expensive. You got to pay for insurance. So let's take these into account. So 50% depreciation in 5 years from $20,000, that's $10,000. So a minus $10,000. And then let's say we're spending about, maybe we have a pretty fuel efficient car. Let's say we're spending about $50 a month to fill up our car. So you take $50 times that by 12 to get $300 for 5 years. That's $3,000 in gas over 5 years. All right, then you have insurance. We're just paying for liability insurance. Maybe that's, let's just say, $60 a month, right, on the low end. So you take 60 times 12 and then times that by 5, and you get $3,600, I believe. And then you're going to have maintenance costs as well. What if you got to get new tires, oil changes, maybe, your transmission dies, you got to replace the transmission. Hopefully not in this example. But, you still need to do monthly maintenance things, change the fluids, and make sure your car's in good condition, and really take care of it so it lasts, right? So let's just say all the extra maintenance and repairs and fees, let's say that turns out to be about $1,200 a year, which really is kind of on the lower end. But $1,200 a year for 5 years, well, $1,200 a year for 5 years, you're looking at $6,000, right? So we're going to include that. All right, and so you can kind of see how it really all adds up. I mean, if you're looking at this, you look 10,000 here, 6,000 here, another 6,000. So you're looking at $22,600 to really own that car for those 5 years. All right, so then we're gonna sell the car for $10,000, but we're still losing $12,600. So as you can see, it's not a good investment. Now, granted, it's really hard nowadays to get by without a car. So you do need a car for transportation. You do need a car to get around, to go places. And it just makes life a lot more convenient. So if you're really looking at a car in terms of an investment, a car is not an investment. It is definitely a liability because you never know when it's going to break down. Cars are just big money pits. So overall, no. Your 1996 Ford Taurus is not an investment. I mean, obviously there are exceptions that we went over earlier, but generally for the average car buyer, a car is not an investment. It's much more of a liability than an asset because it really doesn't make you money. You're just going to be losing money on it. And you're almost always going to sell that car for less than what you put into it. And there you have it. If you like this video, please smash that like button, subscribe. And if you didn't leave a comment, tell me what you didn't like. That really helps me out and I appreciate that. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.